Hi, Grayson, Isley, and Atlas. I am so happy today. I saw 3 black squirrels, 2 huge brown turkeys, and 2 crows. And they were all right outside our window in the back. The crows were feeding on the bird feeder. The black squirrels jumped up inside the bird pond that I have with water in it, and they were feeding into that. And the turkeys are walking around the backyard, picking in the grass and eating little seeds and grains. So we have a whole bunch of cool animals here, and it's really, really fun. I hope you are doing well. I want to read a story for you. It's called The Cellarer's Celery. The Cellarer's Celery. This is the cover of the book. And it's about a monk who lives in the forest and has an adventure. Within the canyon by a stream, St. Martin's holy monks are keen to chant and pray and praise the Lord, seeking Him as their reward. Among these monks who pray and praise, there's one who mostly spends his days in careful keeping of the cellar. The brothers call this monk the Cellarer, and there's the little monk with his white dog right beside him. He lives in a room above that hole so quiet, cool, and comfortable, where apples, beets, and turnips rest, safe from the heat and storm and pest. They call his room the Cellarer's cell, and amidst the morning and evening praise that enfolds and crowns monastic days, the Cellarer sometimes sits in his cell and sometimes works in the Cellarer. So you see this place where he sleeps. He's got a little bed, a little window, and down here is where he keeps all the food, because it has to be in a cool place or all the vegetables will spoil. So this is his house. This is the outside, and that's the inside. He cleans the floor and counts the fruit. He carefully crams in each ruddy root. Now in the cellar he keeps a treat, his favorite snack, his bon appetit. Not apple or pear or strawberry, but his heart is set on celery. This little monk loves celery. I actually like celery myself. I eat it as often as we can get it from the grocery store. I will buy it and eat it because it's so yummy. Throughout the day, he'll slyly munch its watery, tangy, pleasant crunch. While reading his ledger or trimming his wick, he often secretly chews on a stick. So he's having a good time eating his celery. The monk whose job it is to sow the crops, who knows his friend's obscure delight, will plant it in particular plots endowed with lots of water and light. So this guy is his friend, and he plants celery stalks for the monk to eat. He prays for its growth each night. Then the cellarer smiles inwardly when the sower sows the celery. He conveys to him their bursting sacks and stores them for his secret snack. So the celery comes up out of the ground, and his friend gives this guy the celery so he and his dog can enjoy the little treat. But once a grub began to munch those plants before they reached their peak, that grub devoured his celery lunch and left that field so barren and bleak. This worm came and started eating the celery. Then the sower sulked as he sought how to speak to his cellarer friend of his celery's end. No more celery in the field, it's all gone because the worm came and ate it. At last he cast away despair and slowly climbed up those spiral stairs to the cellarer's cell, which stood atop the gathered produce of his crop. He climbs up the big stair and goes and sees the little monk. He said, "I'm sorry, here's the thing, I have no celery to bring. The grub consumed it down to the root, forgive me. I wish I had stopped that old coot." The cellarer stood and thought a while with pondering eyes and gentle smile. Then looking up, he laid a sand on the sower's shoulder and began, "No need to say that you're sorry. We're only talking about vegetables, aren't we? They can't compare to the friend I see in the sower who sows his seeds for me." So he's showing love to his friend. Why do I like celery? It isn't just the taste, you see. This simple vegetable brings to mind our chosen life of toilsome grind. And what we seek to find, this snack is like the life I love, which struggles toward our home above, a crunchy life that tests one's powers. No mushy strawberry life is ours. Like celery that works your jaws are God's most beneficial laws. Challenge us to work and strain, growing stronger as we train. Yet surprisingly, like celery, this life is savory, for we approach our wondrous Lord, and he will make us truly glad and free. There's all the monks, they're praying with their candles and offering praises to the Lord. And the loving kindness that you show by means of the celery that you grow provides refreshment strong and sweet, a weary spirit's healthy treat. Then the sower laughed and smiled and bowed, and sometimes read out loud. He called a pair of monks to prayer with taps that pierced the air. They quickly walked to church together, these brothers keeping one another. Side by side they came. And they looked to God who gives joy and conquers woe. And that's the end of the story. The little monk loved his friend more than he loved the celery. The celery was really good and sweet. But the friendship that they had together as they followed the Lord together was even sweeter. And that's about it for today. I love you all so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.